Hi everyone. So in today's video, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about AuDHD, which is a combination of autism and ADHD. Often I find that people who come to me for diagnosis, they just find that neither fully explains them. And sometimes they've been given the ADHD diagnosis or not the autism diagnosis or the autism diagnosis and maybe not fully understanding how ADHD presents in them. So, the way I've been thinking more about it lately is that I have been using first off the ADHD term in my diagnoses and in my therapy sessions and in conversations with my clients. And the way I'm getting folks to think about that is that it's like someone's presentation could be autism dominant or ADHD dominant. And then and the same person who has, say, autism dominance can have like an ADHD minor, or an ADHD dominance can have an autism minor. So, and what that looks like in a person is that if it's ADHD dominant and autism minor, this person could be kind of talkative, could come across as an extrovert almost, but then also get overstimulated from the ADHD part that is constantly um, sensory seeking, but then the autism piece of them gets overstimulated and they can go into burnout easier. But that's what it can look like in a person. So somebody who can mask as being, or not even mask, or sometimes they just are like overly friendly or have all this ADHD kind of energy that they're putting out into the world, and that's who they come across as. So a therapist could look at them and be like, oh, you're ADHD, but I'm really not seeing the autism. And for someone where it's like autism dominant and then ADHD minor, it's like they're shy, they don't really talk a lot, it's hard for them to participate in groups. And even one-on-one conversations is hard. But then if you kind of open their closet door, it's going to be a mess. Or they may not be able to organize their office desk, or they forget about things, and they may not get back to you. So they don't right away come across as having the forgetfulness of ADHD. But then also sometimes they have the hyperactivity, which may come across as like them being fidgety or not, or just having needing something to do even when they're just sitting, needing to be sitting down and focusing on things. And then sometimes they can also have like impulsivity, so making impulsive decisions maybe. And sometimes these can be like big life decisions, like maybe just signing up for a course in school that was just not on the list, and they just thought, oh, maybe that's something I can do, for example. Um, so I just wanted to say a little bit about the ADHD mix and how to think about that as autism dominant, ADHD minor, or ADHD dominant and autism minor. I hope that's useful. Thank you.